It's no secret the trucking industry is in a downward spiral and truck drivers are a dying breed. But this can be fixed. It starts with you, so stick around. To think that one person can change the trucking industry is grandiose or delusional, but it's true. Did you know it was cool to be a truck driver? Did you know that truck drivers used to help each other? Did you know that they used to pass on knowledge? Have you heard the terms triple digit truck or party row? Well, just like the truck driver's a dying breed, so are the terms, but that's just because the only thing that stays the same is everything changes. A lot of the values truck drivers hold in high regard are, ones of days past. And because of this gap in the generations from the older truck drivers to the newer truck drivers, there's been also a lack of a transfer of knowledge. I've been asked a lot why I continue to make trucking videos here on YouTube. The answer to that for me is very simple, and I'll explain why real quickly and how that translates to how you can change the trucking industry yourself. Now, first of all, I'm not all knowing. I don't know the only way to do things. I don't know the exact right way to do things. I just want to make it very clear. I'm not a genius or an expert, and I don't think it should be my way or the highway. I think there are so many different paths to being successful, and I'm just going to lay out the knowledge that I've acquired over my truck driving career, and I just want to share those experiences. And if someone can learn either to do it this way or to do it the opposite way of the way that I did it, then that's great. Then mission accomplished. I don't care how the information is taken in. All that I care about is educating the trucking industry as a whole. Now, here's the way that I see it. If my knowledge helps two people, and I also encourage those two people each to help two more people, and you do this 10 different times, that's going to come out to me passing on knowledge has helped over 2,000 people. Now, maybe not the knowledge that I directly gave, but I may have taught those two people something that they didn't know, and then they turned around and they took their information and they passed it on. Now, 2,000 people out of over 3,000 truck drivers doesn't seem like a lot. But when you take this 10 more steps, look at that number. More than half of the truck drivers alone in the United States. And it only took 20 steps to get there. It's not like it takes an 87,000 plus YouTube subscriber channel in order to reach a bunch of people. That was never the intent or purpose of this channel. This channel was simply to just help people. And I'm going to continue making these videos, passing on what I can in hopes that I can just help one or two more people, and then they're inspired to pass on their knowledge. This creates a snowball effect, and it's almost like arbitrage on the trucking industry as a whole, and you change it from the inside out, and you change it at the most important level, which is the truck drivers, because without the truck drivers, this industry is non-existent. You are the most important person in the trucking industry, and with high importance comes high responsibility. I understand that not everyone is built to talk to a camera. I understand that not everyone is built to share their life. So maybe starting a YouTube trucking channel is not for you, but it was the path for me. And it's part of my journey in order to reach where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do, because I promise you, you haven't seen anything yet out of me. Which reminds me really quickly, I need to talk about the trucking app that I was a part of. I decided that I no longer wanted to be part of that. I'm not going to go into the story. You can take that however you like. I don't care. Sammy is still part of that. We don't talk about that much, but from what I know, He's still over there and he's still working on it, but I decided that it wasn't for me and I was going to step away. Now, Sammy and I, we're still good friends. We still talk at least once a week typically, and nothing has changed on our end. We still have plans that you'll see in the future, but as far as the app goes, I'm very sad to report that it just wasn't turning out the way that I wanted it to turn out, so therefore I wanted to remove myself from that. That's not to say that I don't create one in the future. I don't know. But the path that lies ahead of me currently doesn't involve that app. But if I can make it happen, I promise you I will. My goal is to just do the things that are within my control to help and further progress the trucking industry in whatever way that I can. And if that never amounts to more than just helping a handful of people that happen to see my videos, so be it. I'm perfectly content with that because I know that when I reach the end of this, that I'll be able to look back and say, you know what? I gave it my all. So I said all of that to circle back. How can you help the trucking industry? Well, if you just vow to take your knowledge and over the entirety of your trucking career, if you would just simply pass that, whatever, any kind of knowledge on to just two people, we can change it from the inside. And if you have a lot of knowledge or you feel like you have different knowledge, I encourage you to start a YouTube channel. There's plenty of space on YouTube for all of us. All of us see things differently. We all have different things to teach. People that are still out in trucks have different things to teach than what I do now. I'm going to be providing value to owner operators, firing up a different channel here very soon, so be on the lookout for that. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm going to just simply take the knowledge that I have or the access to resources that I have. I'm going to try to do everything that I can to make a truck driver, no matter what type you are, no matter where you're at, to help you guys because I was there. I struggled. I flourished. I saw the bad. I saw the good. I'll never let my CDO go. It's part of my soul forever. And just because I'm not out driving a truck does not mean that I'm not trying to impact the trucking industry the best way that I know how. I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a lot of haters along the way. There's going to be people that listen to conversations that you may have. There's going to be people that watch your videos that disagree or have some kind of problem within their life that they feel the need to berate you or be an asshole to you, through the comments or whatever. But understand those people just have their own demons and what they're dealing with, and they feel so bad about themselves that they try to bring other people down. And sadly, they're the ones that are the loudest. But if you take the approach of, I'm just going to try to help one more person, all of that noise goes away because I promise you, every single video you put out there has some kind of knowledge within it, has some kind of nugget deep down. If you've only been driving for a year, you know so much more than someone that's only been driving for 2 weeks. So don't be afraid to talk to people while you're at the truck stop. The lack of communication is killing the trucking industry. I'm 41 years old, and growing up, when I saw a truck broken down on the side of the road, I never saw less than at least 2, and it was typically 3 or 4. Because trucking used to be cool. It used to be a brotherhood, and I don't think that we ever wind up getting back to that. But at the same time, just a friendly conversation at the truck stop can accomplish those things. Hey, what are you doing? How are you doing it? How long you been doing it? Are you struggling with anything? These simple questions at truck stops can spread like wildfire and truly change the trucking industry. But as a whole, we have to stop being afraid to talk to people. And let's face it, it's not like there's a whole lot of people to talk about whenever you're out there on the open road. So when you get a truck driver talking, it's usually hard to get them to shut up. Just helping one person would make the trucking industry better than what it was. And if you died tomorrow, at least you know you left it all on the table. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you like and subscribe and do all the things. If you don't like the video, I hope you at least gain something from it. If you didn't gain anything from it, then you're probably part of the problem. Hard conversations suck sometimes, but as always, stay driven.